Hey, folks, Lindsey Huddleston back in the building. Another SPS mental health moment. Got a chance to catch up with some great young men and women. And this also includes this young man right here, whose name is ringing. Boy, got everybody excited to talk to him and hear from him. They want to know what's going on with him. But I'm very fortunate to connect with him. I want to thank his dad, Jerome Akins, as well, for connecting me. And I'm talking to Mr. Jaden Akins. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good, man. It's good to see you again. The last time we had an interview, we were back at University of Detroit Mercy at a team camp. Got a chance to see you work out. Got a chance to see your whole team, and we'll see you time to time out and about at some of these sports events. But tell me what's been going on with you, man, since the lockdown.
Nothing much. Just been trying to keep my body in shape, so whenever we can get back out on the court, I'll be prepared.
So talk about that. You know, Farmington Falcons, you guys were doing your thing. What was going on with you guys when you got the call that things were about to change? What point were you guys at in your practice, in your playoff run? And just tell me what that was like.
We were going into the district finals, like third round of playoffs. So I feel like we had a lot of momentum going into that game. We started playing well at the end of the season. And then we got that call like the day after we had won before the district finals game. So it just kind of like defeated us a little bit, and we were kind of sad about that we didn't get to just finish out the season.
So talk about on a personal note. I know you're a team kind of guy, but just how did that make you feel that, you know, one day you're getting ready to play, you know, for a big, huge game, and then all of a sudden they're saying it's not going to happen? What was that feeling like?
Well, it was definitely a bad feeling because I know all the work that I put in during the season was going to pay off during the playoffs, and I was just ready to show everybody that I was going to lead my team to a far run.
Wow, you're right about that. You're right about that. So what have you been doing since this downtime has happened to kind of stay on top of things?
It's a court by my house, so sometimes I might go there when there's not a lot of people around, get some shots up, and a lot of body weight exercises, push-ups, things like that inside to stay safe.
Has this time away from your normal workout allowed you to work on some things that you probably wanted to work out and do more with because you had more time on your hands?
Yeah, definitely. Just like with my strength and stuff, like during the season, we work out on strength, but it's mostly basketball practice and things of that nature. But since we have a lot of time without practice, I just been working on my body a lot.
All right, that's good. That's good. Well, let's talk about the hype part, man. You can't get away from the fact that you're a highly touted recruit. You know, one of the highest touted guys in the state and in the region. You know, even in some regards, looked at the number 2 player in the state, and I know the number 1 guy is your guy, Pierre PJ Brooks. So I know it's not too bad hearing that. But give some advice to the young people out there, both male and females, who are getting high demand to go to the next level, or want to be at the level you are right now. What advice can you give them as far as managing this type of situation to keep your wits about you and be prepared when it's time to make your move?
My advice to them is really just keep working hard every day when nobody's watching. And also, like when the time comes, just take every day and enjoy every day for what it is. Don't try to rush the process, and also get your parents involved and family or close family involved a lot, so that you can get their feedback and input, and they can help your decision.
Yeah. Can you see, now you have a great support network, you know, shout out to your dad, shout out to your uncle, who's my guy, A5A, all day long. Jeff is a good brother. But for those who don't have that kind of support network like you have, you know, strong, compassionate, intelligent individuals around you, you know, what do you think they need to do if it's kind of like a smaller network or no network around them?
I feel like you just got to be patient. Like if you don't have a network, and try to like build your network up and surround yourself with the right type of people so that you can be successful.
Good. Another thing on that before we transition, you know, what is it like just as a young person when you're walking through the hallways in school and adults aren't around and it's just the young people and it's the social media? I mean, how overwhelming can that be at times?
It can be a little overwhelming, but I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job. I just always try to set a good example for my peers around me and try to be a good leader in the school.
You know, that's interesting that you decide to do the positive, because so many times when a young person has this kind of notoriety, they can get away with a lot of things. You know, people kind of give them a pass. I mean, why is it that you choose good and not evil? Like, you know, if it's a movie or something.
I just feel like good is the best way, obviously. So I just try to be good for my society and do the right thing.
Oh, that's great. You know, we were talking earlier about The Last Dance. It's been a conversation I've been having with a lot of players. I was just on the phone recently with Mr. Basketball, Carlos Scooby Johnson. He said he's not even going to watch it all. He's just recording it to watch it all at one time. I know you've been watching it because I saw a tweet that you had on May 3rd, and it was a really powerful tweet. You said one day you will be mentioned with the greats, and I'm paraphrasing it. So what did that tweet mean, and what did you see in the documentary, The Last Dance, that kind of inspired you to say that?
That tweet just meant that like I want to be up there with the greats one day, like the NBA greats, and like the documentary really been inspiring me to seeing MJ's work ethic, and it kind of inspired me to just keep being motivated and keep working.
Did you see a lot of yourself in him from what you were seeing so far?
Yeah, just how he's being a leader and how like he has that killer mentality. That's what I'm trying to get and take a lot of his game and put it into mine.
Yeah. Are you one person on the court and a different person off the court as far as your personality and mentality?
I feel like sort of, yeah. I mean, off the court, I'm kind of laid back and quiet a little bit. I just like take care of my business, but on the court, I can get a little energetic with my teammates in the crowd.
What helps you make that transition from being low key Jaden to energetic Jaden?
Because I just feel like it helps me, like in the classroom, being low key, just getting my work done, not causing a lot of attention to myself.
Oh, that's great, man. That's great. Well, you're doing an excellent job, man. I think you are a great role model for these young people. You don't have this prima donna attitude, despite, the fact that people allow you to get away with that. And I got a feeling that your support group ain't buying that either if you try to be that way, huh?
Never, never, never. They've
like
been
that.
raising me right.
Great. That's awesome. So with the time we have, and you being the role model you are, what inspiring words can you give not only to your Farmington basketball community, just, sports community in general, just anyone as it relates to dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic and lockdown? What words can you give to inspire people during this time?
I would just say that I know everybody wants to get back out on the court and all the spectators want to get back to watching good basketball, but we just have to make the right decision and do the right thing and stay safe inside until it gets safe enough for us to move on with that type of stuff.
Well, that's awesome. We're here sitting talking to Jaden Akins, the top prospect in the state, number 2 in some regard. Everybody's guy, they want you. They got the bullseye on. They want him to be a part of that. And one day he'll make that announcement. But right now, you're just helping people with your positive words, man. And I really appreciate that. So anything you want to share before we go?
Just like I said, keep staying safe. And for all the athletes out there, keep working. It's going to pay off.
Okay, that's good advice, man. So with that, I want to say I thank you. And we'll talk to you when all this stuff wraps up, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Okay.